see the magnificent things that have taken place. Now, as a writer, which is what I am, there's sort of nothing I enjoy more than going back in time and researching some period. It doesn't have to be ancient history. As a matter of fact, I'm not trying to plug it, but my new novel doesn't come out until the summer, so you can't buy it. So, it's a love story from the 1930s. And actually, I've written it as a woman, which is very interesting and fun. It's just the little things that are so different, the clothes and the attitudes, the expressions of people. Of course, so much remains the same because whatever the period, we were always the same humans, with the same desires and needs and loves and dreams as we all have. But I'm always intrigued by the way that it was. I preface this because intellectually, I know how incredibly far we have come in our search for a cure and a control, and just to improve the lives of everybody with CF. But you know, viscerally, emotionally, personally, there's a part of me that's always back in the 1970s, because that's when my daughter Alice was alive and struggling to stay alive. It was such a primitive period by comparison with where we are today. But even as I cheered the extraordinary progress that Bob Bell, oh God bless you, Bob, thank you so much, has guided us to, you know, my mind is always sort of scarred vividly by that time, and I can't get past it. But that's why I am always so much more impressed and absolutely captivated by the people with CF who do the things today that could not have been dreamt of back then. I appreciate them all the more, and I see in them what Alex could have been if only she had had the chance. That's why this award means so much to me. And my gracious Emily Schaller, such a glorious example of vitality, imagination, inspiration to all of us. 27 years old now. They didn't tell me. Diagnosed at 18 months. Did I get that right? All right. Most active of musicians. I know that will come as a surprise to you. She's a drummer, right? The most active. Learned how to play primarily by listening. Now I gotta check this out to make sure. AC/DC and Motley Crue, right?
That's right. There's my tape back there.
Now, anyway, that's not exactly my cup of tea. Here's some more interesting facts. Raised more than $150,000 from our annual benefit rock and roll concert, Just Let Me Breathe. Other special benefits for Rock CF Foundation. Has run half marathons and biked over 1,000 miles, including 300 miles from Detroit to Chicago.
Right.
Boom. She's also carried that specific message of good health and good works to this foundation and scores of messages that she has delivered in many, many speeches. And not surprisingly, Genentech, which you've already met this evening, has saluted Emily as a hero of hope. And I don't think, particularly after you've heard me say all that, that anybody is more qualified in the year of 2010 to be honored with my daughter's award, the Alex Award. God bless you, and congratulations, Emily.
But let's